it was murder, according to the jury. And that's something that you heard the people here celebrate almost instantaneously. You see over my shoulder, there was a rally that seemed to just wrap up. You saw someone come up with a bullhorn and start chanting. And I don't know if you saw these pictures as the verdict was being read, but you saw the crowd go up to the top of this hill. They had a bullhorn and people were looking at the trial on their phone. And it was a hush that came over the crowd for just a little bit of time. And you heard someone yell out, "Guilty." And then you heard cheers. They said it again, "Guilty." Another round of cheers. People grabbing their phones, people waving them around, chanting all three counts. And Raina, if you can come over for a quick second. I saw Raina earlier when we first arrived. Show your sign for us really quickly. And this is a point I think Joy was making, in that it's not just about George Floyd for people who are out here. It's also about Adam Toledo. It's also about Dante Wright, who 10 minutes from here was shot by police. Why are you here today? What were you thinking when you heard the verdict being read?
I was relieved because if we did not get the outcome we did, it would have spiraled out into like fighting every day, showing up here every day till they hear us, because all three of them need justice. And that's what George got, and we're going to continue to fight for Dante Wright as well as Adam.
You were expressing to me that you were concerned before the verdict was being read, before you heard that it was a guilty verdict. You had a real concern here. What's the feeling? What's the word to describe your emotions right now?
I was honestly scared, to be honest. I was really scared that it wasn't going to turn out the way it was going to turn out, because I knew that if it wasn't, the people would fight back. We are the voice now. This is revolutionary. This is history. And this is going to be, from now on, there's not going to be a world where the cops don't get arrested, because this matters. They matter. Their life matters. Everybody that got killed by the police deserves justice.
Raina, thank you very much. Thank you for waiting with us. I'll let you get back to your family. I also want to talk right here. What are you thinking now? When you heard the crowd say guilty, what went through your head?
I had such relief as a victim of police brutality at the hands of Minneapolis Police Department in much a similar manner during a wellness check. This was such a moment of vindication of the community getting what it needs. And as an Indigenous person, I know I'm not the greatest affected. And so I really appreciate everything that especially Black women have done to organize and help people show up for this, because it is really, truly so important.
So many people told me about the trauma in the initial video and having to watch that over again, the anxiety of watching the trial and waiting for the verdict. What's the word that you're feeling now? What word would describe your emotions?
I can breathe. I can breathe. I have spent 10 years waiting for some sort of relief from my own trauma, and I feel I got a little bit of healing today.
Where do you think Minneapolis goes from here? You saw the barriers, you saw the barbed wire. Many people said that was provocative. The reason why they didn't expect a guilty verdict was because of what you see behind in the background of the shot here. Where do you think Minneapolis goes from here?
I think it's really demonstrative of how afraid the white majority is of people of color in this city, and how different our styles are, and how afraid they are of the confrontational nature of just bringing this to light. Even it's something they're very scared of.
You can breathe now. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate that. And if I can make one big point here, it's that it's not just Black folks here. It's not just white folks. You have a range of people, all different ages. If I can bring in one more gentleman here. You were here when the verdict was read.
Yes.
What are you thinking now?
Well, I'm relieved. I mean, I'm here really just to support Black and brown people. I have a lot of learning to do myself. And so, for myself personally, this has been a wake-up call for the privilege I've had, and I haven't even realized it, and the difficulty for all Black and brown people. So I'm thrilled that justice was served.
You said you now realize your privilege, that the death of George Floyd helped you realize that. What are you going to do with that realization? Where do you take that?
I want to find out. I don't know. I actually Googled it today.
What did you Google?
What can a white person do to help out Black Lives Matter?
What made you do that? What was in your heart that made you do that?
Just an awareness to see that, you know, institutionally and systematically, I've got benefits that other people don't have.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming over. I really appreciate your time. And I think, that really captures the variety of opinions. I'll tell you, on this side, you have people starting to go forward. You see a big media presence, and I think that's something that we have to underscore, the fact that so many people have come here, not just American reporters, people from really all over. You see people, and I'm being separated a little bit, but you hear the celebration. Guilty, guilty, guilty. You're all right. You're all right. You're seeing now people have
Father
taken
God,
the
we
streets.
thank you.
It's a celebration.
We thank you
and I
for
told
this
you,
moment in
it went
time.
very quickly from anxiety.
Yesterday,
It went very quickly
4/20,
from anxiety, from
2021,
nervous
a
tension
verdict
to excitement.
was
People had
given
their phones out.
for
People
the
said
death
that they were celebrating what they
of
wanted.
George
They
Floyd.
got what they wanted, and that was
There's
a guilty
been many
verdict
marches.
of what
I
the jury
remember
considered
marching
the murder of George Floyd.
for justice for Trayvon. And Father God, I thank you for this moment to be
Justice
able
being
to
served.
see